got things going here. All right, we're looking good. Oh, we need some power. Hold on. Sorry about that. Live TV here. How's it going, Patriots? All right, hope we're looking good now. Okay, here we are. Hey, Sunkist. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Cora. How are you all today, Patriots? Another day in the life of an American patriot. Sylvia, you almost busted me up laughing yesterday in the stream yesterday. It was all I could do to stop from laughing with your comment. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Here we are. It's October 5th. J6 news, updates, and chat. Let's get some chat going. I was just in some rowdy chat there on News to Share. He was filming the Code Pink invasion of Bernie Sanders' office today. Something to see, and that chat was something else too, man. So all you trolls, I have a life, you don't. I was under a bridge one day. You guys are ridiculous. And when are you going to start getting serious about your country here? All right, here we are. We're over here fighting, and all you guys are talking about is the clothes we wear. You're counting the days. You're watching all our videos just so you can shit post on videos, man. Either start a channel up yourself, get a life, or something. I'm putting together a show every day here, and all you do is get on other people's videos and shit post, man. You are pathetic. So at least hit the like on the way out, okay? Please, for God's sake. All right, I got that out of my system. How are you? How are you, everybody? I'm having a beautiful day here. It got hot again, but not that hot. It's a beautiful day. We got some. I'd like to show you the sky. We had a beautiful day with the sky here. Nice clouds all day. And then they just had to chemtrail it. See that wispy stuff right in here? I mean, before the chemtrails came today, it was just these nice poofy clouds, a blue sky. It was gorgeous. And then they just gotta come in and fly in here. Spray chemtrails all over the place and just muck it up. I just really like God's sky better, you know? When God does the sky, it looks way better. So, there we go. Oh, is that why they call you silly? Okay. Thanks, Sylvia, for being here. Thank you, Sunkist. You guys are awesome. You keep things under control here. When I get to reading the notes, I can't always read the chat. I know you're taking care of me in there, so thanks a lot. All right, so Freedom Corner yesterday, we got some YouTubers, some live streamers are stepping up the game here and putting the shorts out on a pretty good regular basis now, man. We got Deb for Freedom. She did a great little clip yesterday on the Chris Quaglin show, or phone call, which was awesome, man. Chris Quaglin, he is in the fight of his life, man. And it's only by the grace of God, the mercy of God, that he's holding his act together, man. That if I was him, I would just be scrambled in there. They do everything to scramble your brains so that you can't even think, talk, anything. But he is coherent. God's holding him together for this fight. And Chris, we're rooting for you, man. And more power to you. We'll do whatever we can out here to help you out. I know he needs a laptop. He needs access to a laptop. And he needs access to his attorney. All the normal stuff you got to have to go to court, okay? In addition to, waking you up at 5 in the morning, putting the leg chains in a prison suit, running you down to that DC court. The bathroom inside that DC court, I think they purposely keep it all messy just to mess with you. You're in that paneled courtroom where everything's polished and clean, and the bailiff walks you right back through that door, and as soon as you close the door, it's a hellhole back there. I mean, this guy, the toilets don't even work, He's wearing flip or sandals, and, you got to wipe your feet before you go into the courtroom. I mean, come on, man. We're talking about human beings here, not animals. And so, all right, so Deb for Freedom's putting together that. She put together another video on a little thing that Mickey said right at the end of the night last night, which was awesome. These are just very short videos that in case you missed it, you can go watch these videos. So that's on the Deb for Freedom channel that we just had up there. And then my good buddy, 1791 Stormtrooper. He's putting together some phone call shorts. His shorts are the entire phone call, but it's awesome, man. If you want to hear the phone call, which is the meat and potatoes of a Freedom Corner moment, J6 Vigil moment there, is what we're hearing when these guys are calling out. We're getting the reports from these guys in there. So 1791 Stormtrooper, way to go, bud, on the shorts. This guy works hard. All right, troopers out there at the corner filming it every night with David and Rebecca, Glory B, and for Ashley J6 Vigils. That's run by Tammy and Nicole and Mickey. They're filming it every night, and now we got the shorts coming out the next day. It's awesome, awesome. And then today, Freedom Express Media did a replay where he replayed the night before at I don't know what it was, 1 o'clock this afternoon or so, maybe earlier. Did a replay of the vigil last night and then opened up a new chat on that replay, which was a great idea, David. Great idea, man. Never had that one. Yeah, there's a statement right there, Belinda. Men are cruel and evil doesn't care. And all it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Here's David's channel, Freedom Express Media. So he's got two Freedom Corner vigils. They're both the same ones, but the second one's got a different chat than the first one. So I think that's an awesome idea, David. And all right, so we opened the night off with Matt DeSilva's phone call, and in it he had another guy, Edward Badalion, Turbo. They call him Turbo, and oh man, I get messed up when I'm reading the chat and trying to do this thing. Sorry, folks. So Matt DeSilva and Edward Badalion, who they call Turbo, and then who we got to meet, Caitlin, his lady, was at the Freedom Corner for a couple of nights in a row. And what a wonderful gal. Edward's saying how the people at Freedom Corner are like angels, man. They took care of Caitlin while she was there. And they were cooking together. Mickey likes Edward's cannoli. So they must have had some good cooking going on over there with Caitlin and Mickey and Nicole and Tammy and Helena. Edward Badalion, he got on there, and pretty much these are the first couple times we're hearing from Edward. And he's ready for the fight. He's already been sentenced And we're all wondering why he's still in the D.C. jail, because usually when you get sentenced, you get shipped out of here. But we'll see. Maybe they probably, who knows what they could be adding more charges on. I don't know, man. These demons in the courts there are just awful. They're awful. He's going to go all the way to the Supreme Court with his case, if possible. And these cases got to end up in the Supreme Court eventually. I mean, this is such injustice going on multiple different levels. On the charges being inflated and doubled and tripled and quadrupled up on the same incident will result in 4 different felonies. The treatment of the men in these prisons is horrific. Something that's been going on forever here in America, but it's being brought out to the forefront of America's attention right now with us getting the word out. So God is blessing our work. We're getting the message out, and that's what we're here for. There's got to be God's hand in the whole thing, because now all of America, there is no excuse now for anybody not to know the atrocities that are going on in these prisons, from filthy living conditions, from tainted food, from tainted laundry when their laundry comes back, to beatings and pepper sprays and threats and just disgusting treatment for a human being. I don't know how these people that are in charge could look at themselves in the mirror in the morning and know that they treat other human beings irregardless of who those human beings are. They are a prisoner in your system. They are captive. It's your job to give them an existence with a possibility of reforming themselves. That's the whole idea that prison is supposed to be. Yeah, Dev for Freedom. I don't know what's going up with the notifications, man. Many people are telling me about the notifications. So they're probably screwing with numbers and all that stuff. I know I'm getting screwed with subscriber counts and views and all that stuff too. The system is broken, no doubt about it. The YouTube system and the system in the world right now. But Edward Battalion left us with the message that we got to know that God is on our side, just because of the fact that they have people outside crusading for them at the Freedom Corner, just for the fact that they can hold their act together and be able to come up with a defense and manage their cases through the court here. It's mind-numbing, and it's just good to see that these guys are being held together. Our prayers are answered. That's what we know right now. Matt Da Silva and then talked for a while with Tammy on the phone. Mentioned that the warden came in there somehow, and somehow or another, the fact that he says like he needs to cut his toenails. This is the kind of stuff they do to you in there. They just don't give you access to a freaking toenail clipper for months. And, you just can't do it. So I guess Matt was able to say a couple of words. I don't know. Hopefully they'll send in a nail clipper person there today or something. Hopefully. I don't know why they can't just give them a pair of nail clippers. Let them do. I would rather clip my own nails. Unbelievable treatment. Just staggering the inhumane treatment that these guys are getting. And then they hit on like this similarity with trains, man. Everyone in that DC court is getting railroaded, all right? We've been saying they're getting railroaded. And that's got terms that go all the way back to when that's a term that goes all the way back to when the railroads were putting in all the major rail lines in America. They would railroad people to get their land or to get a right of way across their land. And it was not fair at all. A lot of people got trampled on, and that's where the term railroaded came from. I would like to come up with a better term than railroaded, and I know there's got to be a more potent word for that. And I've been thinking about that the last couple of days. But anyways, the railroads, and then they're running it's almost like the trains are a weapon now with the whole thing that happened in Ohio. There have been numerous derailments. They like to use the railroad. They subsidize the hell out of the railroad, man. None of these railroads would be in business without our tax dollars subsidizing them. And they go from state to state, so they need to have federal regulations, which kind of puts the federal government has to kind of orchestrate a railroad because it goes across multiple states. And that's the whole point of a railroad and highway system. But that they use the railroads for that. I remember a couple of years ago, man, all the Republicans were going somewhere on a train, and a cement truck was just happened to be parked in front of the train. It wrecked. And another way to freak out all the, if you're not compromised because you're a pervert, because you're greedy, because you're just corrupt, you're just evil, they can compromise you by scaring the shit out of you. Okay, so imagine you're on a train, the train crashes, you're a member of Congress, you don't even know, that could rattle you up, just like what they did to Brian Kemp down in Georgia at that election. Man, they killed his daughter's boyfriend in a car accident the day after he mentioned something about a rigged election down in Georgia. And Brian Kemp never said rigged election again in his life. That's how they do it. Another use of the railroad. Now they're using the railroad down in Mexico to bring trainloads of these immigrants up to the border. And then they'll cut the barbed wire and let them through, write their name on a little clipboard, load them on a bus, and send them into America, into the heartland of America. They love their railroads, man. Love the railroads, and there's more than we can see there somehow. So anyways, it was great hearing from Matt DeSilva. Stormtroopers video on that is called New J6 Political Prisoner at the Washington, D.C. Gulag Turbo. All right, so we're getting movement here. Pelosi's head of security lied. Probably knew that 3 years ago, two years ago at least. What else? And then they also Edward also talked about the way they treat Antifa. They tiptoe around these people as they're throwing bricks through windows and setting dumpsters on fire. But when it comes down to dealing with like patriots at the Capitol who are all standing behind a line on J6, they start lobbing flashbangs out into the crowd and tear gas and gas out into the crowd to the point where they were calling on the radio, we need more munitions, we need more munitions. They spent their munitions at the Capitol on a peaceful crowd. The cops were riling the people up. They were standing there, they weren't attacking anybody, and the cops just started attacking them. The first blood was that guy that got the rubber bullet through the cheek. And Chris Quaglin went up and started yelling at the police officer who he saw just shoot that guy. And then an Antifa guy takes Chris Quaglin and shoves him into the cop, and now we got a rumble, okay? That's all it took. That's all it took on that line, and that happened at multiple different spots all around the Capitol that night. Or that day. So we know what's going on, America, or patriots. We just got to get America on board with this because for some reason, justice is a popularity contest here. Trooper also did a little short video of the Pledge of Allegiance and the closing song, which is awesome, man. So if you missed it, in case you missed it now, you got options. You go to Dead for Freedom, or you can go to Stormtrooper now. They're putting out shorts of the night before. Probably, maybe not every night, but while they're doing it, it's great. It's great. Let's see. Who else, man? We had some visitors down at the corner. Jamie Crow was there. We love seeing you down there, Jamie. You're an amazing Pennsylvania patriot. You got a channel. You're a great orchestrator of events, getting things put together, connecting people with people that need to in order to get events to happen. And God bless you, Jamie Crow. And she had a couple of words to speak, between the phone calls and stuff too. And we also had a visitor from Vermont. I didn't catch what her name was, but all the way down from Vermont. She's got a patriot group up in Vermont, and somehow that are staying on the J6 issues and stuff, that are concerned about losing their freedom. And she was able to come down here for a visit down to the Freedom Corner. So way to go, Vermont. I know there's a couple Vermonters in there. Yeah, Jamie looked great with the flag. That is for sure. And I'm hip to what she's doing with that flag too. I like what you're doing with the flag. I mean, this is where we are right now, Jamie. This is where we are right now. Okay, and then Jeff Sable got on the phone later. We got to speak a little bit with Daniel Ball, who was kind of commenting on the news. We did the national anthem with them. And then I think the guy's name was Shane Woods. It was really hard to understand. Is a new J6er that's been there for 3 days now. And he was the one talking about how disgusting the courtroom bathroom is behind that door where the prisoners go. And that's mental psychology there, man. That is psychological torture. Yeah, all right. Let's hear about our flag wavers, man. Katie, she's always there. She's one of the best flag wavers and tambourine players. And we got a couple of those in the Patriot family. Mr. Tambourine, Sherry. I mean, it's good when you're there. And I know we'll be there again one of these days. It's definitely on the horizon. And then Jeff. And then the Vermont lady got to get on there and talk to Jeff Sable for a while. And that was just awesome, man. So they were pretty much going over the news after the national anthem then. And go after the national anthem. Oh, and then we got into talking more about the House of Representatives seat being open and who could be next in line there. And it's all just speculation. It's all just speculation right now. All right, while we're giving shout outs to YouTube channels, we got We the People MAGA is broadcasting there. She is regular. Rebecca, you are an amazing patriot. Shows up with food, driving 40 minutes there every day, 40 minutes home. Very regular, rarely misses a night. And then Lily and Young fill in for her when she's not there. Just making it her job to live stream Freedom Corner so that people can get it. And she's got the whole Chinese American crowd with her. I mean, she'll speak in Chinese on her channel. So we're not missing that segment of society because Rebecca, you are all over it. God bless you, Rebecca. Thank you for fighting with us. And then, of course, we got 4 Ashley J6 Vigils is the name of the channel where Tammy started that, or I guess Tommy started it a while, then they changed the name. Now Tammy's running it, and when Tammy's up in front, Nicole's running it, and Mickey's tending it too. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Freedom Jeffrey 1776. He's doing amazing work. Right before I got on here, he went live at the Belmore, I think it was, doing a flag wave at the Belmore, which is awesome, awesome. Here's the link to 4 Ashley J6 Vigils. So pray for us patriots out here. I know we pray a lot for the guys in the jail, but the work that we're doing to get this message out, the funding we need, the supplies, the equipment that we all need is just getting supplied by concerned patriots, and it's due to them that is making this whole thing happen, because without those contributions to us all individually, it just doesn't happen. The donation match ends, Metal is Joy. Mickey said it was going to go for a week after the 1,000 days, so it's going until the 10th, I think. I think until the 10th, Ashley's birthday. All right, now right here, this is the 4ashley.com site where you can donate for the funds that are needed to run Freedom Corner. Oh, the watermark. Hey, where's Deb Vi today? Deb Vi, I hope you're all right. There we go. Thank you, Uno. This is where, 4ashley.com is where you donate for the Freedom Corner. And that's gas in the generator and flags and signs and all that stuff, coffee. And this is Freedom Jeffrey, man. Good work. Good work, patriots. Pray for us. Okay, yeah, and then right before I got on the live, I was watching the Code Pink invasion of Bernie Sanders' office. And it was crazy. Another incident where people are storming into the office buildings, not the Capitol, but the office buildings, and just mobbing in on Bernie Sanders' office with camera crews. Eventually, they won't leave. They do some chanting and they do some speeches and they film each other doing it. And the cops eventually escort them out and, handcuff them. It's a group called Code Pink, and I just heard about them a couple days ago. Okay, and then if you want to donate to my channel, in the description, I got a P.O. box. That's all I can manage right now. So if you want to send a donation, or you know what I need is some cool T-shirts. Some T-shirts from. All I got is one Ashley T-shirt with Roseanne and Ashley on it, and there's J6 swag that I just can't afford, man. They're $30 T-shirts and stuff. So if you would, if you want to donate some T-shirts or something, or some funding would be great. I don't want to ask for it all the time. I feel funny asking for it. I've been funding myself pretty much for the last year and a half here, but if I'm going to keep going on this, I will need some funding. And I have received some funding from some very generous patriots up until now. It's not like I haven't received any funding so far. So God bless you all that have contributed to me in the past. It is such a blessing to know that there are others willing to back us up out here with what we're doing. It's not pleasant a lot of times, but it is what it is. We are we're committed. We want our country back. I have grandchildren that are gonna need a country to grow up in. I wear a large, size large, or extra large is cool too. Rarely am I extra large, but most of the time a large will fit me. Yeah, that's where the cool J6 swag is right there. Real J6. So yeah, I'd appreciate that, patriots, and Trooper, Rebecca, and everyone. Man, they all appreciate the contributions you're making. This is making it work. So in the description, my P.O. box is P.O. Box 5074, Lancaster, Pennsylvania 17606. I don't know if Silly's got that yet. I might be telling her for the first time here. But it's P.O. Box 5074, Lancaster, Pennsylvania 17606. And my name is Steve Girard. That's Girard is my last name. So thank you very much, patriots. Okay, so now what just happened? Okay, over the last couple of days, what just happened? I had to take a step back and look at what just happened. Okay, we had this. The speaker was removed, and I guess this is a historic event. I don't remember it ever taking place. It might have took place when I wasn't paying attention, but it just happened, okay? Matt Gaetz just manipulated the entire Democrat Party. Did you hear that? Matt Gaetz just manipulated the entire Democrat Party. That's an earthquake to me, okay? Speaker was removed. A 6-day weekend was called. There we go. Thank you, Silly. That was fast. That's why you're the best. And then a 6-day weekend is called. These clowns don't have to come back to work till next Wednesday, is the way I understand it. Off till Tuesday. I don't know if that means they get off Tuesday and Wednesday, or I don't know. But, and then I saw an AOC video where she's pissing and moaning about McCarthy made us work. We all were supposed to be at home for, some kind of recess. But McCarthy made us come into work, and we're mad. And that's maybe why they all voted with Matt Gaetz. I think it's too simple to think about it that way, but I don't know. It just happened. That just happened. So McHenry comes in, and what's up with all the Mick people? It's like we got a McGovernment, man. It's McClown world. McRonald McDonald down in the freaking Congress here. Let's get somebody who doesn't Mick, whose name isn't Mick. Nothing against Micks, but for crying out loud, they're all the ones that we want to get rid of are Micks. All right, and now, so we got rid of the speaker, but now what just happened also? On hold now is the budget, okay? Was a secret backdoor budget deal that McCarthy just made with the Democrats. Apparently, McCarthy was letting Pelosi stay in that office so that if there was a removal vote, she could deliver him some votes to not get removed, okay? That's what I heard. That's what I heard, man. Ed McCarthy should have been in her office 9 months ago. Why wasn't he in that office? I don't understand that. And then, so this all happened while Pelosi was out of town at Feinstein's funeral. I mean, there's an alignment of events that just happened for McCarthy to get rooted out. That is anything coincidence? Is anything coincidence, man? What's up, Greg Kelly? Kelly, good to see you in here, bud. I like your comments, man. You get my brain going. And I like the comments. I like your interaction, bud. We may not agree on everything, but let's at least have a civil discussion, right? And I think we're having that. What else just got put on hold? Joe Biden impeachment. Okay, I haven't heard a peep on the impeachment inquiry. What's going on with that? Did that just all take a vacation till next Wednesday also? MTG was going, hey, we got work to do. Last weekend, when they called a 4-day weekend. It's just crazy. And then what happened with the border? All of a sudden, Mayorkas does a 180. He's putting up some more of that Trump wall. That's what he's doing. So maybe McCarthy out of office with some type of a protective layer so Mayorkas could just allow the border to be completely invaded without look like he's doing one damn thing. And all of a sudden, they're saying we need to build 30 more miles of wall. All of which is worthless if you got a border patrol agents that could look themselves in the mirror and just fill out clipboards and load buses all day long. But it was a 180 on the wall issue, right? Overnight 180 on the wall issue. So maybe, just maybe, because of McCarthy making them skip recess is why every Democrat voted against him, or maybe it was a genius move on Mark Gaetz' part. I'm paying attention, Matt Gaetz. I am paying attention. By the way, Matt Gaetz was just out at Freedom Corner 2-3 weeks ago. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for representing we the people, Matt Gaetz. Yeah, and McHenry steps in, slams that gavel down. It looked like he was trying to break that gavel, did it not? If you haven't seen that gavel slam, it's got to be out. It's floating around out there somewhere. That guy slammed that gavel onto the table, and I think he thought he was going to break it. And that might have been what he was trying to do, but he's very small. He's very weak. And, I'm not going to get into clothing here because that's what the trolls do, but, he dresses funny. So that all just happened, all right? That's like a little digest where, we just ate food and now we got to digest it and figure out what just happened. And some good stuff happened there, some questionable stuff happened there, some bad stuff happened there. But it sure looks like something's happening instead of nothing happening. And I'm all for that, because something needs to happen. We need strong leadership, like Mickey said the other night. We need strong leadership. And we just saw some strong leadership there. Now, I don't know who's going to get in. I don't even want to get caught up in the speculation of it, because that's all a waste of time, okay? Whoever they end up in there with, we have no input there. Maybe we can make phone calls and stuff, but to put that on Trump's plate right now, I think would be a mistake. Jim Jordan, I don't know. He might be one of the compromised people that is compromised because he's threatened. I know he's compromised, though, because he is a lot of talk and nothing ever comes of it. I do love the investigations that Jim Jordan does. He gets right to the bottom of stuff, but nothing ever happens. So hopefully, whatever they had hanging over Jim Jordan's head will be is removed, and maybe now they can be all they can be, okay? I did see Trump made some statements about accepting that position, should he need to accept it. I think this is all good. This all gets Trump back into the dialogue. In fact, that conversation today hit on a chord with two guys I was talking with today. Let's just put Trump in there. And they all of a sudden, they weren't going, no! They were going, let's just put Trump in there, you know? Okay, I saw a Jesse Waters clip where he had a poignant thing to say. Keeping the government open is destroying the dollar, okay? We have a $31 trillion debt right now. Our gross domestic product is $21.24 trillion right now. So did we just borrow $31 trillion to create $21 trillion worth of product? Is that the boat we're in right now? The debt is $10 trillion more than everything we make this year, okay? And the government, the Congress, was just trying to add another $2 trillion onto that. And that's why they're taking this 45-day pause, and then they'll waste more time. Keeping the government open is destroying our dollar. So if that isn't reason to shut this government down right now, I don't know what is. They're going to get us further and further in debt to the point where we can't even build everything we make in 1 year and pay off and give it to whoever we owe this money to and pay it off. It's starting to take more than an entire year of gross domestic product to pay off our debt. I heard our interest payments are approaching, just the interest payments alone, are approaching $1 trillion a year. So I don't know how you could, if you're a family, if you're a business, if you're a moron, you know that can't continue. So keeping the government open is destroying the dollar. Congress, just take the rest of the year off. That's what I think should happen. No, you don't want to see my golf game there, small water guy. No. Good to have you here, man. Good to see you, Jason. All right, so while all this is going on, we peacefully await. We are a peaceful people. We are not a violent people. And if we haven't displayed that yet, I don't know how we can. J6, everyone wants to scream at us that we're terrorists. There was 2 million people there that day. 1,000 people, a couple thousand people out of that 2 million people went up to the Capitol with zip ties and bear spray and took over the government. I don't think that's really what happened, and I don't think that they would think that's what happened if they actually either had two brain cells to rub together or would actually stop and just think about it, okay? That is not what happened. What happened was our government was taken over on that day, but it was a Fedsurrection. The people that are in power right now that are destroying our dollar, that destroyed our border, that destroyed our economy, that destroyed our energy independence, and are destroying our military right now are the people that got in power. over that whole J6 insurrection thing, man. So I'm not debating whether or not a coup d'etat or an insurrection happened. It did. It did happen. An election was rigged, and then it was lied about, and then violence was cast on people, and the whole country was brainwashed, and the sheep all laid down. The sheep all laid down, man. The people that were there on J6 were the ones that were standing up. They hit them the hardest. There was 2 million people there, so they arrest 3,000 of them. Still, that ain't even 0.1% of all the people that were there. So there will be another uprising, America. There will be another uprising. We need to see those J6 tapes, Mr. McHenry. All right? We need to see those J6 tapes so we know where security failed that day and who the culprits were. As long as they keep that hidden, we will never know what happened. And these screaming lunatics with Trump derangement syndrome can continue to blame us for that. And we weren't the people that did it. We know we weren't the people that did it. We wouldn't do that. We peacefully await the Epstein client list. How are we supposed to cast an intelligent vote if we don't know the compromised representatives from our government and all the governments of the world that came through Epstein Island and got filmed diddling around with children? How are we supposed to have it? Secret information. The FBI went in and raided Epstein Island. I saw helicopter footage of FBI people swarmed all over that island. They have all the information. And we peacefully await that information, FBI. We peacefully await that. Here's some more info Silly's putting up there. We peacefully await for the border to get shut down. We peacefully await as we watch Border Patrol agents fill out clipboards, load buses, and cut wire for the immigrants to come in here. We peacefully await for that. We peacefully continue to pay our taxes while we see nothing being done with that tax, with that money. We're paying people to invade, to facilitate the invasion of our country. We peacefully await, as we're paying $4 a gallon for gas for 2 years now, energy independence again. We peacefully await that. While they try to destroy the car industry with the electric car plans that they have. We just had the United Auto Workers go on strike, and they say if we go to electric vehicles, we are all out of jobs. So we peacefully await our government to come to its senses. We peacefully await the evidence to show who really took over our government on January 20th. We peacefully await our representatives to defund this bogus war that Sean Penn is filming over in Ukraine for all of us, and broadcasting every day on the mainstream media. We peacefully await for mainstream media to get a clue on reporting, on journalism, on presenting facts instead of opinions and propaganda. We peacefully await the nullification of the Patriot Act that has now been used by the DOJ to call patriotic Americans terrorists. We peacefully await that whole Patriot Act to get just taken away, and the dismantling of the Department of Homeland Security, which is up to 240,000 employees right now. We peacefully await justice for Ashley Babbitt and Roseanne Boylan and Kevin Greason and Benjamin Phillips and even Brian Sicknick. We peacefully await justice for their murders. We peacefully await an investigation into the 2020 election, and while we're at it, let's do the 2022 election. We peacefully await. We're not breaking windows. We're not shooting people. We're just making phone calls and writing letters and putting YouTube videos out, okay? We peacefully await this. We peacefully await an investigation onto what the hell just happened in Lahaina. And we peacefully await another check to go to the people that got their homes burned out there. And we peacefully await the people to be able to go back onto the area that their home was, that they can collect stuff while FEMA workers go in there and contaminate the whole area so that we'll never know. We peacefully await an investigation and the results of the investigation that is the so-called investigation that is, we're being told, is happening. We peacefully await these stupid chemtrails to end. I don't know how long we're going to keep saying they're up there. They're up there, all right? We're not seeing things. They are up there. It's scientific. The military invented them. They put barium, aluminum in them, and it does not do well with our brains. We peacefully await for them to stop spraying the skies that God put over our heads every day. Because the sky that God made is good enough for me. He promises to sustain this earth. He's going to make the sun come up and go down. He's going to make the seasons come on their time. I don't care if your tulips came in January. They come in anywhere from January to May. All right, every year it's different. But the seasons have come every time, every day. The sun has come up, the sun has gone down, because that's what God promised. And that's going to continue to happen until God says it doesn't. We're going to peacefully await while the DOJ reforms and stops being weaponized against patriots and starts going after the real criminals who invaded the White House that day, who burned our cities down for the 6 years before 2020. We're going to peacefully await for the DOJ to actually start prosecuting criminals. And we'll peacefully await the FBI to lay off us patriots for loving our country, for loving our God and loving our children, and want nothing more to do than to make America great again. That is our crime. And the FBI is calling us terrorists. So we'll peacefully await for now, okay? We'll continue to peacefully await. And I hate to say it, man. I'm not going to say it. We'll peacefully await Russiagate arrests while we're peacefully waiting for them to, we had that 2-year Mueller investigation, and then we had the perfect phone call to Ukraine. We'll peacefully await for the prosecution of the people that came in there, fabricated evidence, and presented lies to the FISA court. And we'll peacefully await for those judges to be reprimanded or removed. And we'll peacefully wait for justice for people that take the justice system into their own hands and corrupt it to go after their political enemies. We don't have to take this. All right, we do not have to peacefully await this, but we do, okay? Because we're children of God. We are told to be peaceful. We are told to live with our neighbors. We are told to treat our neighbors as if we were ourselves, okay? That is who we are. That is who we are. And we will continue to peacefully await until we can't take it anymore. But by God, if this doesn't end soon, we're going to be left with no other option. They're killing our kids. The border is open. Fentanyl is on the streets. Drugs are illegal. Fentanyl's on the streets. That's a recipe for disaster for our children right there, okay? They are literally killing us. They rolled out these vaccines. We'll peacefully await the truth to come out on these vaccines. It's all out there right now, but for some reason, everybody doesn't know it yet. I don't know. So I'm really getting tired of peacefully awaiting and peacefully making videos and stuff. And if I was not a peaceful person, I would be involved with other things right now. And I know that there are people that are involved with other things right now. And I do not want to see that. I do not want my children going to war. I want a world where my grandchildren are free, are prosperous, are secure. That's all we want. We just want to make America great again. It seems simple, America. It seems simple. And we could all end this tomorrow if we all got together. There's 350 million of us. But no, we got trolls that want to make fun of how people dress. They want to showboat and we got self-absorbed people. We got compromised people. We got evil people. And these are the ones that will be overcome because of our peacefulness, because of our love of our God, and the power of our God. So I think I'm going to leave it at there, Patriots. It's got to be time to get some food in our bellies here. Meet you out there on Freedom Corner in the chats. God, I love this country. I love my children. I love my God. I love patriots that stand up. And I want to make America great again. That's all I want to do. All right, Patriots. This is Jericho. Over and out.